Sadashivasamarambam Shankaracharyamadhyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject, intensity never fails. Experience with yourself. The 21st and 22nd Sutra of Patanjali talks about intensity. And in the next Sutra, 23rd Sutra, he talks about surrendering. First, Patanjali talks about yoga. Then he explains about different samadhis, samprajñāta samadhi, the samadhi which happens to you when you are lost in one form. All other things are disappeared except one form. Then second, he teaches about asamprajñāta samadhi. Even that one form is lost. And even that form is not there. Then he speaks about the methods, the qualities which can make you experience that samadhi, asamprajñāta samadhi. Then Patanjali speaks about, now he is speaking about intensity. I can say the way in which Patanjali has put the sutras, I can understand he is giving importance to the concept intensity much more than samadhi itself. Please understand. Much more than samadhi itself, he is giving importance to the concept of intensity much more than enlightenment itself. Today I really wanted to share an important secret with you all from my own experience. Not only what I learned from my teachers, from my own experience. Intensity is much more important than enlightenment itself. You may think things are a little crazy. You may think enlightenment is the ultimate thing. How can something else be more important than enlightenment itself? Please understand, enlightenment is not a one incident as we all think. It is not a noun. It is a verb, a continuous, intense happening. when I opened up to enlightenment, whatever I thought was me, the whole thing got completely evaporated. That moment is what I call enlightenment. Please understand, that does not mean the process itself stopped at that point. No. Enlightenment is ultimate but not final. The ultimate goes on happening every moment in you. So, word enlightenment should be used as enlightening. That's a proper word. It is a continuous process. So, intensity is responsible for this process to be a continuous process. Enlightening, not enlightenment. Intensity, I can say, intensity will become way of life. It is technique for beyond enlightenment. For beyond enlightenment. See, sometimes you may experience Satori state, the first experience of enlightenment, maybe by accident, or when you are intensely open to some deity or guru. Nothing. If you are just intensely open to your master, available, suddenly you see you are experiencing Satori, that one glimpse of Samadhi. One glimpse of Samadhi. But intensity is required to retain it, to live it. Let that fill you. And intensity only makes that Satori into Samadhi, into ultimate enlightenment. And that intensity only keeps the whole thing alive. That only continuously makes the big bangs and black holes happening inside your system. See, Big Bang is the ultimate but not final, because every moment that ultimate is happening. Enlightenment is the, you see, this moment suddenly you feel, oh God, this is the ultimate I can ever experience. The next moment, 100 times more explosion is happening inside you. You see, no, this is the ultimate I can experience. And after a few days, again, 1,000 times more intense thing is happening inside you. You say, no, this is the ultimate I can ever experience. I have seen many of our disciples. After every workshop, LBP level 1, they will say, oh, this is the ultimate I have seen in my life. And after LBP 2, they will say, oh, this is the ultimate I had with Swamiji. After 3, they will say, no, this is the ultimate I had with Swamiji. It goes on and on and on. Ultimate is not final. Ultimate is not final. Ultimate means the ultimate thing which you can comprehend. The intensity keeps the ultimate alive inside your system. Keeping the ultimate alive inside your system is what Patanjali calls Kaivalya. Please understand. The very beginning, Patanjali talks about Samadhi, fulfillment. Sama Adi means becoming one with the origin, the root, source. Sama means the source. Sama means becoming. Adi means the source. Becoming the source is Samadhi. It starts with Samadhi. The first chapter is called Samadhipada. And after describing Samadhi, after teaching Samadhi, Patanjali teaches intensity. Then understand the value Patanjali puts it for intensity. The space Patanjali gives for intensity. The place Patanjali gives for intensity. Intensity keeps the samadhi alive in your system. Intensity lets that ultimate constantly happening in your system. That when the intensity keeps samadhi alive in your system, that is what is called kaivalya. I use the word living enlightenment. Living it. In every step of your life, you experience the utility value of enlightenment. And constantly, you are living it. You are radiating it. You are just sharing it with the whole world. Living enlightenment means you will be just radiating. You will be just overflowing with it. You don't even have to teach if you are living enlightenment. Suddenly you will see your very breathing inspires people. Of course, I use teaching so that more and more people will be introduced. These ideas, these truths can be introduced to more and more people. That is the purpose of using this method of talking, teaching. Otherwise, simple breathing, simple being will inspire millions. I have seen my own predecessor, Raman Maharishi, a great master from my hometown. He never moved out of that small city. The whole city, I can say, only even now, in 15 minutes, you can cross from you can cross the city one end from the other end by bicycle. By bicycle, you can cross the city from one end to the other end in 15 minutes. In his period, 60, 70 years before, surely, hardly it will take 5 to 10 minutes. A small city. He never left that city. He never moved out of that city. Once he entered, he just relaxed. But he inspired and inspiring, continues to inspire millions of seekers around the world. Millions around the world are inspired. You'll be surprised. He never moved out of that small place where he was staying. Just he was relaxed. And he did not even wear more than one piece dress. All he had, one piece dress and one small walking stick, one water bowl. We call it kamandalu in Sanskrit. That's all. He lived and he inspired millions of people. He continues to inspire millions of people. Living enlightenment. When you are radiating Jivan Mukti, suddenly, not only you are living the truth, you are just radiating. Everybody is inspired, sharing. Extraordinary expression happens through you. Intensity. Patanjali is a great master. He never uses too many words. He uses minimum number of words to explain any concept. Even for Asamprajnata Samadhi, he uses in only one sutra. He just uses one sutra. Shraddha Virya, Smriti Jnana, Prajna, Itaresham Purvaha. Just one sutra. He finishes the Asamprajnata Samadhi. But for intensity, he is writing 2 sutras. Then understand the importance of intensity in your life. I want you to understand the intensity from all its dimension. One, intensity in spiritual understanding towards enlightenment. Intensity in what you call external world, health, wealth, relationship, whatever you call. Third, intensity as a lifestyle. Please understand. Intensity in the internal world, intensity in the external world, intensity as the lifestyle itself. Yesterday I was introducing the concept of intensity with some of the examples from Ramakrishna. The whole Vedic tradition which teaches the science of Jivan Mukti stands on this one concept, intensity. Actually, after many requests from many of my close disciples, I have started writing my autobiography, and I dictated many incidents and told some of my disciples to analyze my own life. I told them, find out what is the quality which is a undercurrent in my life, so that we will name the book based on that quality. What is the quality? I asked some of my senior disciples to analyze, study, contemplate, analyze, because I myself can't look. I lived it. Only the people who understand from outside can catch the thread, the underlying quality. After a few days of analysis, all of them came to one conclusion. Usually the disciples don't come to one conclusion. It is very difficult for these disciples to come to the same conclusion, because any time there is a discussion, means who shouts loud or whose presence is heavy, who is violent, he wins. That's the way everywhere things goes on. That's the way. That is why the truth can never be achieved by discussion. No. It's very rare. If all of them fall in tune and come to one conclusion, then it can be truth. But as long as there are different opinions and people are not able to convince one another, who is going to win? Only the person who has strong voice. The idea might is right is going to be the winning idea. And whatever is said and done, that is the way the world is functioning. You may say, no, that is not, that should not. I am not saying it should be or it should not be. All I am saying is it is the way it's happening. I have a story for you. A cowboy strolled out of a saloon, ready to ride out of town, but he saw that someone had painted his horse green from head. The cowboy stormed back into the saloon. "Which one of you painted my horse green?" he demanded. A huge, mean-looking, strong guy raised out of his seat and said, "I did." Immediately the cowboy said, "Right, just letting you to know the first coat is dry." It is just the power that decides. That is why The Pandits who go on, argue, without practicing, never come upon the truth, never live the truth, never reach the truth. I was surprised. This group of intellectuals can come to a conclusion anonymously. That was very surprising. All of them came to the conclusion that Swamiji, the undercurrent of your whole life is only one concept: intensity. Whatever you did, intense. I can't say whatever I did was right or wrong, whatever I did was yoga or karma or bhakti or jnana. I don't know all that. I lived all various dimensions. But one thing was undercurrent, that was intensity. Intensity was the undercurrent of the whole life. When you are intense, you just recreate your body, recreate your being. People come and ask me, Swamiji, is our life predestined, or we have the ability to recreate, we have the freedom? Please understand, these are all the FAQs, frequently asked questions. Wherever I go, these questions will be put. Whether it is predestined or freedom, our freedom. Please be very clear. Even if you think it is predestined, you only destined before by your past decisions. Understand this one science. Here is an object. I have two hands. Now I have a full freedom to pick up that object through this hand or through that hand. But the moment I picked up that object with one hand, now one hand is bound. So my bondage comes because of my free decision. So all your bondages which you are having now, wherever you think your life is predestined, your bondage comes because of your free decisions which you made in the past. For example, you have 2 feet. Now you have the freedom to lift any 1 feet, right or left. But the moment you lifted 1 feet, now you are bound. You can't lift the other feet. So your very free decisions creates the boundary, creates the destiny in which you will be living. So you have freedom to create your destiny. Whatever you think is your destiny, whatever you think, the bondage which you have, it is your past decisions that made this bondage happen. Now you have the energy, intelligence to undo or to rearrange or to recreate or to reorganize. Please understand. If you have intensity, this moment, you can shake the whole thing, undo the whole thing, and bring yourself back to that complete freedom. And start creating new destiny. Living in that complete freedom, ability to make your new destiny every moment is what I call living enlightenment. You are free to live your freedom. You have intensity to create or recreate what you think or what you call as your destiny, as your future. This is what I call living enlightenment. Understand? The living enlightenment is a tremendous freedom. It is a capacity of your being, ability of your being. I can say the ability to make yourself available to the present moment. Ability to make yourself available to the present moment. When you are intense, very strong, every moment you will have freedom to undo all the decisions you made, which is responsible for your present bondage, and do new things which will create your new destiny. For example, if you are standing in one leg, if you are intense, you can relax, stand in two legs. Now you will have the freedom to create your new destiny, either lifting the other leg or lifting the same old leg or running or walking. You have the freedom to make decisions about the future. So Patanjali gives intensity as a technique for living enlightenment. Samadhi itself can happen to you in many ways. Very beautifully Ramakrishna says, even if somebody asks for mukti, I don't think twice, I just give it. But if somebody asks for bhakti, I wait. I wait. Understand? Bhakti means intensity to live enlightenment, intensity to radiate samadhi. That is what Ramakrishna calls it as bhakti. When Patanjali uses the word intensity here, he means intensity to live enlightenment, intensity to constantly remember enlightenment, remember Jivan Mukti itself. Now, I will enter into the sutra, the Patanjali Sutra. Mrudu madhyadi matratvat tatopi viseshaha. A very beautiful sutra. Mrutu madhyadi matratvat tatopi viseshaha. Let me read out the translation by Swami Vivekananda. The success of yogis differs according as the means they adopt are mild, medium or intense. This is a translation. The success of the yogis are based on the intensity they adopt. Sometimes people come and ask me, Swamiji, how long it takes for enlightenment, 10 years or 12 years? I tell them it is actually based on your intensity. Without intensity, you can go on and on and on and on for years. No, not for years, for ages. That is what we are doing. With intensity, this kshana, this moment. In Sanskrit, kshana means the gap between one thought and the other thought. This moment, the intensity can happen. If the intensity is there, this moment, the enlightenment can happen. Always it happens at this moment only. Whenever you become enlightened, it will be only in this moment, not yesterday or tomorrow. It will always be in this moment. Patanjali says, Mritumadhyadi Tratvat Tatopi Visesha. The success of yogis differs according as the means they adopt are mild, medium or intense. This is Vivekananda's translation. And Swami Sachidananda, he says, the time necessary for success depends on whether the practice is mild, medium or intense. Please understand. The technique itself does not play a major role in enlightenment. It is your intensity that plays a major role. Sorry. The technique itself does not play a major role. If you see, it will be very funny. Each master has his own technique, his own method. I can say not only each master, each disciple who understands and practices has his own method. I always see in my class, whenever I teach a meditation, I know only one version of that meditation. When I see 100 people practice that meditation, I learn 100 version of that meditation. When I teach, I know only one version of that meditation. When I see people practicing, suddenly I learn 100 version of that meditation. So, Ramakrishna says, Yadomat Tadopat in Bengali. As many faith, so many paths. I tell you, as many people, so many paths. As many people, so many paths. But everything works. That is the funny thing. That is the fun. Please understand. What I am talking is insider secret. Some of the insider secret. Anything you design and people start practicing, it works. How come? Each one has their own technique. Sometimes both of them are completely opposite to each other. I have seen. No two masters can agree. If they agree, someone is fake. Because each one has their own experience. That's why I always tell people. Each tradition, each religion is unique and sacred, not equal. Please understand, not equal. When we start bringing the idea, all religions are equal, we are bringing a lot of complications, difficulties. The moment you try to say equal, somebody will say, no, we are not equal, we are special. So each one, in the outside they will say everything is equal. Inside, no, we are special, we know. But for the sake of others, let us be polite by saying equal. No. Be very clear. All traditions are not equal. All religions are not equal. All religions are unique and sacred. It is unique and sacred to the people who are practicing it. So, unique. Each technique is unique. Each master is unique. Each tradition is unique. You see the Vedic tradition, It is group of religions. Each master is independently intelligent enough to create a religion. Each sutra of this Patanjali is independently intelligent enough to lead human beings to enlightenment. So each sutra is capable of creating a religion. It's like sometimes people come and ask me, Swamiji, why do you have so many techniques, traditions, deities, choice in India, Vedic tradition, in Vedic tradition? I ask them, why do you have so many varieties of cars and transporting vehicles? Why do you have so many variety? Because there was demand and lot of research and development went in that field. Naturally, when a lot of research and development goes in that field, different variety, different luxury level, different comfort level, different category, different consumers, different customers, different variety of cars are created. I want to let you know an important fact. Till I became enlightened and created the mission, I don't know how you will believe, I never even remembered or had an idea there are varieties in cars. First, when we started our mission, when I started my public life, my first disciple, he asked, Swamiji, I want to get you a car. Tell me which variety you want. He brought a catalog and showed me. I said, car? Just get any car, that's all. He said, no, Swamiji, there are many varieties. It just shocked. See, it's not that I was always living in forest. 22, 23 years I lived in cities. I traveled in train, many times in different cars, and many ways I lived in cities. But never the attention was paid to that information, to that idea. I don't know how you will understand, but what I am saying is honest truth. First time, after 23 years, something clicked. Oh God, in cars there are varieties. But I know thoroughly about varieties of meditation techniques, because I was doing research and development in different field. I asked that disciple, why do you have so many varieties of cars and things in the outer world? Because in this civilization, the demand for the outer world things was there, and research and development, the energy, money, people, intelligence put in that field, created different varieties of cars, construction methods, the lifestyle and everything. Whichever field you put lot of resources doing research and development, you will have variety and comfort. In the East, in the Vedic tradition, our masters put so much of energy and intelligence. Please understand, our cream, intelligent community put its whole energy into inner science research and development. That is why so many different techniques, methods, gods, deities, everything evolved. That's why I always tell people, Vedic tradition is group of religions. It is not just one religion. Group of religions. People ask me, Swamiji, why in the Vedic tradition not much service orientation is there? Please understand, I am not against service, social service. Why it is not there in the Vedic tradition? Because they have something far more deeper to do. They are not created for service. People who don't have anything else to do, like research and development, or don't have anything to contribute, let them serve bread and butter and give some clothes and give some medicines, and let them do that work. The Vedic rishis have something far more deeper to contribute than just giving little bread and butter. They were working to create civilizations. That is why they did not give much importance to just giving bread and butter or just giving few medicines, few simple ordinary things. Different techniques, different methods, different deities, different paths. Then what is the point that decides the person's enlightenment? Because in all paths, in all the ways, people achieve enlightenment. What is that it decides? Intensity. That decides the person's enlightenment, the higher experience. With intensity, whatever you do will be meditation. Without intensity, even if you meditate, it will be just a ritual. It will be just ritual. As I was telling, whenever I teach meditation to 100 people, I learn 100 versions of that same meditation. Mrudhimadhyadi matratvat tatopi visheshaha. The success depends on the person not on what he is doing, but what he is. But what he is, it depends on the intensity which he carries. Patanjali says, based on the intensity, low, medium and high, the success is achieved. I just want to drill this one point again and again and again, so that you will become intensely intense. You will become intensely intense. Otherwise, we do the same old things. See, intensity means the ability to stand for what you believe and break free from the past method of function, the past attitudes of function, past way of functioning. Please understand. Ability to break from the past way of functioning and live in a new way, to start in a new way. That is what I call intensity. Otherwise, we go on and on and on in the same way. You can see in your life, even inside your house, you will walk in the same route, sit in the same sofa, go to your bed the same way, and you will lie down in the same way, and you will come back and sit in the same chair in the dining table. You will eat and come out to the garage. You will drive in the same way. You will not even be alive, creative. I always tell my brahmacharis, my ashramites, at least do new mistakes. I will have some entertainment. Even for that, we don't have creativity. You need intensity to do things new. Otherwise, even your mistakes, same old, maybe a difference in quantity, little big or small, but not in the very quality. I have a story for you. A cowboy rode into town and went into the saloon for a few drinks. When he came out again, his horse was gone. He stormed back into the saloon and shouted, "Who stole my horse?" There was no reply. He was getting angry. Right. If no one owns up to stealing my horse, I am going to do what I did in Arizona. Still there was silence. The cowboy was fuming. This is your last chance. If no one owns up to stealing my horse, I am going to do what I did in Arizona. Just then, a lone voice piped up. What did you do in Arizona? The cowboy said quietly, I walked home. You may be doing the same thing. And there is no intensity. You will be doing the same thing. You will be doing the same thing. Understand, intensity is not seriousness. Intensity means deep passions and passion. Deep passion and deep passions. Strong will and strong prayer. Strong will is passion. Deep prayer is passions. Please understand. If you understand intensity as just will, passion, sometime you may become serious. I have seen people become very serious. Seriousness is sickness. All seriousness is sickness. Somehow, the Indian spirituality is suffering with this one constipation. A long face. Yogi means a long face. If you see a yogi or some spiritual guy or claims to be a spiritual guy with a long face, he doesn't need your respect. He needs medicine for constipation. No, really. Many times, somehow that seriousness is associated with intensity. No. Intensity is sincerity, but not seriousness. You will be intense and be relaxed. Intensity without passions will raise number of thoughts. See, just intensity, passion without passions will raise number of thoughts. It may lead to outer world success, but never inner world success. Just a deep passions, acceptance without having number of thoughts may lead to inner world success, the silence, the peace, but not the ultimate enlightenment itself. Please understand. Just passion naturally will raise the number of thoughts. You will be successful in the outer world. The more number of thoughts you have, the more successful in the outer world. If you have just passions, you will deeply accept everything. You may be successful having peace in the inner world, but not the ultimate success, the enlightenment itself, which gives you the fulfillment in the outer world and the inner world. So the enlightenment is totality of passion and passions. Intense number of thoughts with a deep silence. Means your very frequency will be different. Very frequency will be different. People ask me, Swamiji, do enlightened persons have thoughts? Please understand. If you have 10 acre as your mind, for example, if your mind is a 10 acre, your inner space is 10 acre, all 10 acre is filled with thoughts. In my inner space, I have 10 million acres and some 100 acres are filled with thoughts. Negligible, but much more than you. Please understand. For the inner space I have, it is negligible. That is why we call no mind. But if you see the number of thought, the actual factual space, it is much more than you. It is much more than you. But because it is compared to the empty vast inner space, the space in which thoughts are there are very less. That is why we call it no mind. 10 million acre, just only 10 acre is used for agriculture. Will you even remember? No. Negligible. That is why I have mind which you don't understand by the word mind. So what you understand as mind, I don't have. That is not there. But it does not mean there are no thoughts. There is no process. The process is 100 times more intense than you, but the background and the canvas on which the process is happening, the space in which the process itself is happening, is so vast, the process is negligible. The process is negligible. So please understand, in the intensity, you do not have just passion. You have passions also. You became complete. You became fulfilled. You just radiate the truth. Intensity is a strong feeling that I should achieve, and strong prayer that I should achieve. It's like you put your whole being, you put the whole effort, and you know the ultimate is supporting you. It's like you will have a deep will, strong will, and deep prayer. Even if anyone is missing, it can't be called as intensity. Strong will and deep prayer. Understand? If you understand the divine is supporting you, the effort you put, even if it is little, suddenly you see the success happens. Just by remembrance, the divine is supporting you. You don't even have to bother whether it is factual or not. You don't have to measure. Am I supported? How many hours it stood with me? What has happened? There is a story. One guy asked a boon from God. God, you should always be with me. God said, all right, I'll always be with you. So whenever this guy walks, he will see one more set of footprints behind him. Means God is walking. Whenever he is in joy, he will see two sets of footprints, he and God. Whenever he is in suffering, he will see only one set of footprints. So he called the God again. What is this? Whenever I am in joy, you are following me. When I am in suffering, there is only one set of footprint. You are not following me. God laughs and says, fool, when you are in joy, you are walking, I am following you. When you are in suffering, I am carrying you. So the footprint which you see is mine, not yours. So be very clear. When you are intense, when you just remember, he is there supporting, even simple effort, suddenly you see it will become reality, success. It will become success. So even a simple thought that is there, please understand. First Patanjali talks about samadhi states, then he talks about intensity, The next sutra he talks about is surrender. Means strong will and strong prayer. Even the idea you are supported, suddenly you will see you are successful. You are successful. The next sutra is Ishvara Pranidhananiva. Just by surrendering, people can become enlightened. Just by remembering, you are supported, you achieve. I have a story for you. A man drove his car into a ditch on a quiet country lane. Fortunately, a farmer passed by with a horse. This guy asked, "Could your horse pull my car out of the ditch?" Driver asked. Farmer said, "Buddy is a big strong horse. We will see what he can do. He will be able to do it, I think." Anyhow, the farmer hitched the buddy up to the car and said, "Pull, Blackie, pull." Buddy, the horse, did not move an inch. Then farmer said, "Pull, Samson, pull." Buddy did not move an inch. Then the farmer said, "Pull, try, pull." Buddy did not move an inch. Then the farmer said, "Pull, buddy, pull." And Buddy, the horse, effortlessly pulled the car out of the ditch. The driver was grateful but mystified. He asked the farmer, "Tell me, why did you keep calling your horse by the wrong names? Like Blackie, Samson, Try." The farmer said, "Well, you see, my buddy is blind, and if he thought he was the only one pulling, he will never move." We are all blind. If we think we are the only one pulling, we will never even try. We will not even try. We will not even move. So be very clear. Intensity means simply happen. Things will simply happen. That is why Patanjali, just with intensity, he puts the next sutra, Ishvara Pranidhananiva. By surrender, the ultimate is achieved. Let me tell you my own experience, how I had enlightenment. Even Buddha, when he was just intense, when he was just filled with passion, not with passions, he tried, nothing happened. Suddenly at one moment, he relaxed. The passions joined the passion and he became enlightened. When he understood he is not alone pulling, he relaxed and he just tried. If you think you are alone, you would not even try. Or the idea it is difficult will not let you move. Let you use your muscles to its peak potential. Will not let you experiment or experience your peak. Let me tell you my own experience. Yesterday I was telling about an incident. I went to Master Annamalai Swamigal and I cut my thigh. You heard that incident. After that, I started playing with what he taught me. From where the idea I raising. He told me from where the pain is coming, just look inside. After the pain disappeared, he said, from where the idea, the person who experiences pain, raises, just look inside. I was looking, very deeply and intensely. Maybe I can say 2 years. or 1.5 years. I was playing continuously with the technique, sometimes very seriously, very passionately. In a way, that thought has become my only thought. Continuously just having only that thought. Actually, that passion takes care that all other thoughts disappear except that thought. Now you need patience to relax even from that thought. Understand? Intensity is combination of passion and patience. You have to have intensity, the passion, so that all other thoughts disappear. Now you need to have patience even to unclutch from that thought, that one thought. So almost everything else has disappeared except that one thought from where the thoughts are raising. One day, I was sitting the foothills of Arunachala, that place is called Pavalakkundru. I have spoken elaborately on this experience in a discourse called Living Enlightenment. It's in YouTube. If you find time, maybe you can spend a little time with that discourse. I have spoken elaborately, step by step, how the experience happened. Today we don't have that much of time, but at least I'll share the essence. When I was sitting, I saw this one thought, that from where thoughts are raising. One funny thing is, because I was constantly working with that thought, from where thoughts are raising, but unable to find the source, that thought has become a strong pain memory for me. The moment I remember to find the seeking, the source, the moment I remember I should start seeking from where thoughts are raising, because of my past failures, immediately I will be depressed. It will be so much of pain. I will sit, no, I will do every day the same thing, but I will never realize. I will just walk out with a deep failure. Today also the same thing it is going to be. By and by, it became a sort of a pain memory. Strong pain. I can neither drop that habit of seeking from where thoughts are raising, because the intense yearning for enlightenment is there, nor I am able to discover. So what to do? It's like almost married. In Indian village system, still marriage, the divorce is a taboo. You can't divorce. And funny thing, in Sanskrit we don't have a right word for divorce, because the concept did not exist. The Vedic marriage, you commit till the fire is there in your stomach, means till you are alive. Anyhow, it's almost like a marriage. You can't escape. It is there. And you can neither swallow nor spit it out. And neither I am able to stop seeking nor feeling joy to do that. It became pain. Actually, at some part of your life, your own spiritual practice will become pain. Even the thought will become pain. Because you think, oh, even if I do, many times I tried, nothing works out, but I am not able to stop also. What to do? What to do? Just you have to do. It became a passion, but the patience was not there. It became kind of a strong pain memory. So I was sitting at the foothills of Arunachala. It was a full moon day, Vaigasi month, at exactly 1 month from tomorrow. Tomorrow is Purnima. Tomorrow is Chitra Purnima and Vaigasi Purnima, the next month, Purnima. Evening, it was a beautiful time. I enjoy nature always. Even now, hill, water body, means ocean or river, is my favorite place. If I know in that city ocean is there, at least once a day I will spend little time with ocean or with hills. It's my life, it's my passion. So I was just sitting with open eyes. Sun was setting, moon was rising. I was not even meditating. Usually I will have only two thoughts. One, the thought, who am I should find out. The other, the thought, even if I seek, I am not going to achieve. That pain. Only these two thoughts will be jumping. Binary code like a 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Only these two will be there. And both have the same source. Suddenly, I don't know how it happened. Both the thoughts, the passion lost its power over me because of the deep passions I experienced, a deep relaxation I experienced in that evening moon, when the moon was rising. The deep passions I experienced, the deep passive feeling I experienced, the relaxed feeling I experienced, the settled feeling I experienced. It's like in Indian villages I have seen, they will use a big bamboo stick to burn dead bodies. After they burn everything is burnt, they will throw that stick also into the same fire. Same way, I used this one thought, who am I, to seek the source of the thought, to burn all other thoughts. Now, this thought needs to be burnt. This stick is there in my hand, giving me suffering and pain. Not getting down, not coming down. There is a beautiful story of Brahma Kapal. Shiva removed the head of Brahma, one head, because Brahma was very egoistic. He was very egoistic. He removed one head of Brahma. It's a very mythological, beautiful description. In our tradition we say Brahma is able to see in all four directions and up. Fifth head, he had four heads, four direction, and one head towards up, the above. It means he had the ability to see all 360 degrees, this side and this side. Means a pure consciousness. But for some reason, when he became egoistic, the ability to see this side 360 degree lost, means he lost enlightenment. That is what is meant by the word Shiva removed the one head. But the funny story, very nice story, very deep meaning. The story says, that head got in Shiva's hand. Shiva's hand. And whatever is put in that head, that kapal, that eats it away. So nothing was left for Shiva. Same way, see that head, everything that head eats, nothing was left for Shiva. That kapal has become a big torture for Shiva. Same way, all the other thoughts are burnt, eaten by this one thought. But this one thought is not leaving me. It became a big torture. But somehow, when that passions, I can say in a way I got completely fed up with this whole thing. Seeking and unable to find with this whole thing. So I just sat in that moonlight, moon rising. For a few seconds, my being forgot to seek, forgot to create the thought, the passion of seeking. It just entered the space of passions. Suddenly, at that moment, clicked. Something clicked. Because of my passion, Already I raised my frequency to a different level. Now my patience, my relaxed being, just I relaxed into that frequency. Something clicked. Suddenly something broke, opened into my being. How I feel, how all of you feel, alive inside your skin. The same strong feeling that I am alive, I started experiencing even outside my skin with the whole thing, with just whole thing. The tree, plant, hill, stones, the earth and the sky, with everything. Suddenly I started feeling I am alive, I am vibrant, I am living it. As long as that passion and patience was there inside me, the intensity, that experience stayed. But after 2.5 days, the passion took over the patience. The passion to hold on to that experience took over the patience to relax into that experience. Please understand. Whenever you want to hold your bliss, you will miss it. Bliss means what? Choicelessness is bliss. When you choose bliss, you have chosen suffering. If your hands are open underwater, river will be flowing. You will be holding the river. The moment you hold the river, you try to hold it, what happens? You have only empty hands. If you are with open hands, breeze is blowing. The moment you hold, you have only empty hands. So, the moment you choose bliss, you choose suffering. Choice is suffering, choicelessness is bliss. The moment my passion took over the passions, it disappeared. It just disappeared. Again, it took more than 10 years for me completely tune, polish my being and relax with a deep passion and passions. When that experience happened again, never left, it just stayed. It just stayed and started radiating through this body. Please understand, passion with patience is what I call intensity. Intense, I can say, intensity is required to start your spiritual practice. Without intensity, I have seen many people. They buy all products. You just see an ad in the TV, some 90-day program to build your muscles, to build your body. You see after, before, after photograph. And you order everything. But there is no intensity. You even express delivery it. Because you don't want to wait for 10 days. You know in 10 days it disappears. You express delivery it. But by the time it arrives, intensity is not there. And it's lying down. After few days or few months, when you do garage sale, the same thing, without even being opened, will be sold for 1/10 of the price. You would have bought for $50 and you will sell it for $5. You need intensity to start any practice. You need intensity to continue any practice. You need intensity to achieve satori. Please understand. In my life, I needed intensity to start my practice. I needed intensity to continue my practice. I needed intensity to achieve satori, first experience. I needed intensity to make that first experience eternally staying with me. and means enlightenment. And I needed intensity for enlightenment, and I needed intensity to live enlightenment after enlightenment. Understand? For ultimate fulfillment, you need only three things in the life. One, intensity. Second, intensity. Third, intensity. That's all. Patanjali says, based on the intensity level, success is achieved. You can just drag, and waste your life. Waste your life. Waste your life. Just today, I was sitting with one of my disciples and chatting. The person wanted to tell me something, but could not tell. She was saying, no, I'll think and let you know. I'll think and tell. I said, don't waste time. At least tell now. I'll work it out. Either I'll answer, if it is a question. If it is right, I'll fulfill. If it is wrong, I'll clear it. It will be solved. If you are postponing, you are delaying the whole process. Intensity suddenly reduces the whole span of your traveling. Intensity drastically reduces the wastage of time. Without intensity, you can go on and on and on. Understand? When there is no intensity, you are lost in the past and future. Life goes on and on and on. You have eternal lives in front of you. This idea of eternal lives brought so much of passions in India. The Indian culture, the whole thing goes in its own phase. It brought a lot of passions, no doubt. But they missed passion. Understand? Because, you know, if not today, tomorrow, if not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, if not day after tomorrow, next life. You know, eternity is in front of you. I can say that's one of the important idea responsible for the laziness which is prevalent in India. I have seen till morning 10 o'clock, these guys will be sitting in chai shop and conducting newsroom, analyzing who ran away with whom, who is having affair with who is sitting with who bought whose property. I know in my native village, some 4 or 5 people, they know thoroughly about that whole town. Who ran away with whom is living with whom, who sold whose property to what price, who has got how much of dowry for his daughter, who gave dowry for his daughter, how much dowry he gave for his daughter, how much dowry he got for his daughter-in-law. Complete information. Complete information. You will be really surprised. And this fellow knows thoroughly about real estate, who sold whose house, where, what price, everything. Even how much is given in account and how much is unaccounted. Number 1, number 2, everything he knows. Once I asked him, he was sitting and talking about some real estate. Swamiji, that guy sold his house just 1 week before, and this house is on sale. This property is in litigation. He was talking. I asked him, are you a real estate broker by your profession? How do you know the whole thing? He says, no, just as a hobby I know, Swamiji. Just for time pass. No, really. I know in my town, in each and every town in India you can see at least 10 people like this. Thoroughly they know everything, but they have nothing to do with it. They know thoroughly in which house, which girl is waiting for marriage, what's her age, qualification, everything. If you ask them, are you a marriage broker? No, just as a hobby I collect, I know everything. And they will be conducting newsroom every day. Every day there will be newsroom going on. Nothing much to do. Because eternity is in front of you. That brought patience. But the passion was missing. The same way, one life concept. This only one life. Whatever you do now, over. Then, no other life after death. This concept brought so much of passion, urgency, restlessness. All disease and difficulties and problems related to urgency, depression, many things related to stress, many things related to urgency was brought by this one life concept. This one life concept brought the stress, depression, urgency. Many life concept brought a deep laziness. Nothing moves. Now, you need to understand the science of both. Then you will understand the truth and live a real life. Understand? As long as you are lost in the past and future, you are not living. The eternity is in front of you. You are just patiently. You are not living. Life is passing through you. This is what when our masters mean when they say many lives. Life will be just passing through you, passing through you, passing through you. You are not living. Please understand. Life is passing through you. Future becoming past. Future becoming past. Future becoming past. Just living patiently with deep patience. Means you are jumping between only future and present. Future and past, future and past, future and past. You never experience present. This is one way of life. The other way, just trying to be completely in the present. In the present. This is only life. Means pressure. Pressure. Intense pressure. Just trying to be perfect now. Stress. Now what I have is only mine. Understand the whole science. If you realize, if you have only patience, you have many life again and again. If you have deep passion, you have this life alone. If you have intensity, you have both. You have this moment intensely and whole eternity for you. If you have only patience, life will pass through you. You have eternity in front of you, but you will not be living. If you think you have only present, this life, you will be highly pressured, stressed, but you don't have time to enjoy eternity for you. If you realize intensity, please understand, one life or multiple lives is not based on what you believe, it is based on how you live. If you are in this moment stressed, only this life is life for you. Even though you believe there are many lives, you will the truth will not be your experience. If you are living with passions, even if somebody tells you this life is the life, it will never be your experience. Anything which is not your experience is not truth for you. It's not truth for you. If you are intense, passion and patience, you will live as if this is the only life. But you will have eternity in front of you. You will have patience. Eternity is there. You will have patience. You will have passion. This is the thing I have to live. Raman Maharshi says beautifully. He describes intensity. If you close your eyes, even if the whole world comes, you should reject it as a small dust in samadhi. Passions. If you open your eyes, the passion, even if small dust comes to you, you should live it and use it as if you got the whole world. Understand? With open eyes, passion, even a small dust, you should live as if you got the whole world. With patience, closed eyes, even if the whole world comes, you should relax as if it is a dust. That is what Ramana Maharshi calls intensity. So realize intensity. You will have intense life eternally. Intense life eternally. It's a paradox. You will be intensely centered but living eternally. You will have past, present, future, all three as part of your life. If you are just patience, if you have only patience, your only past and future is your life. You will not be in the present, living. If you are just in the present, you have only passion, this life. You will not be relaxed about your future and past. If you have intensity, you have present, past and future. You will be living as a whole. Enlightenment means living in all three times at a time. Living in all three times simultaneously. My past is never a past for me. My future is never a future for me. My present is imbibing past and future into me. That is why I have so much of freedom to alter any of my past decision and correct and create present decision and project it into future life. Because the whole thing is in me. If you are living just in present, you have no freedom to correct your past and project your future. If you are living only in the past and future, you have no freedom to correct in present. If you are living in past, present and future, only then you have freedom to correct, freedom to amend and freedom to project. Understand? Living in present is not enlightenment. I am throwing a new light. I am breaking one ice, old pot. Living in present is not enlightenment. That's what we always think. Living in past, present, future simultaneously is enlightenment. Means in your present moment, the whole past, the whole future will be present. The essence of whole past, the essence of whole future will be in the present, is what I call living enlightenment. Intensity. So, internalize this one truth. Totality never fails. Experience with the self. Intensity means a deep passion, deep patience, ecstasy in the restful awareness, bliss in peace, excitement in restful awareness. So, bring intensity as part of your life. Anything you do in the outer world or in the inner world, be intense. You will explode in 360 degree in all dimensions. Live intensely and become intense. I can say when I say become intense, it is much stronger blessing than live enlightenment. So, I bless you all. Let you all achieve intensity, radiate intensity, live intensity, achieve and radiate Jivan Mukti, living enlightenment. Let you all achieve and radiate eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji.